Well, you had the Martians arriving at half-time last year, Ross, and they got here a quarter too late by the looks of it. A good last quarter, but the damage had been done.
Yeah, look, I don't see it like that, to be honest. I thought we were well in the game to half-time. They just capitalised on some really simple errors, I thought.
Yeah.
We've come home with 61 entries against the team that could have easily been in 2 grand finals and won 2 premierships. So we're pretty keen to take the feedback today. Like, we got a lot, but I would have thought our style of play, our go play, 61 entries, 28 attacking mid-possession games, but we made a few critical errors in the D50. I just thought they made us pay. Made us pay off error, but then a lot of critical contests in front of the ball. I thought their intercept, I thought they took 12 intercept marks in our forward 50. Like, that hasn't happened all year, and 20% is a huge number. For context, we took 2. So there's a bit of delivery, there's a bit of fighting in front of the ball, there's a bit of outnumber at times. There's a lot that goes into the pot, but those critical intercepts, then they only shipped us a little bit out of there, but it was really forward 50 stoppage early when we're well on top, free kick here, free kick there, and they had 3 possession games, forward 50, normal number. They kicked 3 goals. Like, it would be a bit fumbly and that, but I thought they were clean. They got a lot of class. So yeah, I don't know about one quarter. I think that's not quite correct, to be honest. Even in the third quarter, we had 15 entries, but they dominated defensively. But they scored really early, really easy. I think 13 entries and they kicked 9-2. So there's a bit of a worry there. But we know we're building out. We've still got to build. We're a little bit short down there. We know that. They are bigger, like Taylor, Buckley, and then Himmelberg's a big man, and then Iden, right? So at the minute, we're a little bit short there, which teams know, but that's okay. We've been able to handle it. We didn't quite handle it today, so Wilkie does a good job, and Kameni's really learning. And the others were really good, but they're a little bit undersized. It's a pretty powerful forward line, and I mean, we took 14 marks and they took 16 or something like that. So I thought there was a lot to like, to be honest. I would have thought that they really ramped up in the third quarter with their pressure, and they didn't quite handle it. But yeah, so very difficult conditions for both teams. On a small, tight, tough ground, I thought scoring was pretty good. So we'd take the 61 entries, shots. We'd like to defend a little bit better, and make a few less mistakes when we had real opportunities. I thought they made less errors when the opportunities opened up, but we know that they've got a lot of class in there and capability, so we're trying to build out that level of quality. But we think over time we can move that way.
Do you take confidence, winning that fourth quarter and keeping the Giants goalless in that fourth term?
Yeah, I would never know, mate, to be honest. I really liked our first quarter. That's when games are won and lost, right? So you're in it, and the second quarter I really liked, except they had 4 entries, 3 goals. So, and then we didn't get much. Then second half of the second quarter we dominated for entries. Second half we had 35 entries to 24. Does it mean anything? It means we go okay, but we're trying to build back. We'd love Max King's our Jesse Hogan, so I think with all that capability, the others get better, and Philippou, and then Howard's a big man, they'll be back. So cavalry's coming, but everyone's got challenges, and I thought we've handled that well. We ran into a very, very good team. I don't know, where do you guys see it, Memorandum?
Well, what was really noticeable was that the players didn't put the cue in the rack for that last quarter.
It's not what we do. Well, we haven't over a period of time. We're really well led. Steele, Wilkie, Sinclair. I thought Naz in the midfield really lit us up.
First time he's kicked more than 1 goal in a game.
Well, he really lit us up. So, we'll keep moving him more and more midfield as he gets bigger and stronger and at the right time of the game. So I saw Lappin and Ackermanis develop when I was at Brisbane and then left, and they start forward pocket, back pocket, Brownlow medalists, like wingers, halfbacks, champion insiders. So we think that's where Wilson will go, Naz will go, Tavaglia will go, Philippou will go. So
is that the level? Sorry, is that the level you think Naz can get to? You mentioned sort of the likes of Ackermanis. Can you see him getting there?
Well, talk's cheap, right? But he's showing pretty good signs at a young age. He's very quick, very skillful. You know, Acker's play anywhere. Speed, skill, courage, all those things. So, but Rome wasn't built in a day.
To no one's surprise, they sent Bedford to Macrae, and that to an extent. Just your thoughts on how much that influenced?
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
we
we're thinking, is it Sinclair or not? But they had Jones and the couple of other little blokes. So, it was an interesting one. You know, I thought he still really contributed. I didn't think it was huge. Do you know what I mean? I thought Windy had it, Callaghan had it. I know Bedford had it, Macrae had it. Look, he hasn't been as dominant as he's been. Did that have something to do with it, or just sometimes inside mids don't dominate and Jack Steele comes in a bit more time? I'm not too sure who took the points, but ultimately the GWS Giants took the points, right? Well, would they be saying that was the key outcome? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe their class and their run once they just off intercept just hurt us more than we would have liked.
How's Liam Stocker? He
was a big collection. He's pretty tough. Yeah.
But I think he was back on in the last quarter, wasn't he?
Yeah, so he must be okay. I thought he played really well today. His last few weeks he's really settled and been really positive. But we've got a couple of disappointed lads, our young players. Only played a handful of games, found out how tough league footy is. But I think once they take the feedback and butter back up, we're okay. There's a bit to like here, so
How's Marshall noticed he went off for some attention into the rooms in that third quarter? Maybe his calf giving him a bit of trouble.
I think he just got the knock, didn't he? He come back on. So if they come back on, it's a pretty good sign. Look, I haven't had medical, but he come back. He played out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're pretty tough. They don't tend to put them on if they're at risk. Yeah. So thanks, Liv.
Thank you.